tell you, Jean, and right now I'm a little bit shivery. My husband probably feels a little bit shivery too. Because Jean, just tonight, wow, crazy that you came and talked about that. Just tonight, my husband and I almost got ran over.
Oh, wow.
Right, leaving out of Kruger, made a left on Boston Road, in front of 2440.
Yes.
And I was walking right behind my husband, so the person only saw my husband. My husband yelled, like, what the hell are you doing? So after my husband was out the way, the guy thought it was just my husband, so he pressed on the gas really hard and then almost got me. Because he didn't see me behind my husband. So I cannot thank you enough for the efforts that you are making to keep us safe in the neighborhood. So definitely, I will definitely sign that petition. I think my husband will too. Definitely. It is, I don't know if many people know that Boston Road is a highway.
Yeah,
It's a highway.
Well,
It is a highway. So thank you for all of that, Jean. The next person I want to introduce, and I want everybody, that when we have a new business in the community, I always like to welcome them into the community. And I remember once I did a party for one of them. But every business that comes into the community builds our community. And therefore, we also want to support our small business entrepreneurs, no? And today we have a special guest. And I'm so excited to introduce her. I'm going to help do a little bit of translation, but I think she'll do fine. Her name is Martha. And as you can see, she can't wait to get the microphone. That's it. I'm going to have to give her my microphone. That's it. She is awesome. I have nails done today. And today also, she's going to tell a little bit about her business. And then she's going to give out raffle tickets. And we're going to call out 3 raffle tickets. And the winners will be... One will be hair set for free, or your nails done, or a pedicure. If it's a man, a pedicure or a manicure. Okay, so you'll be able to choose. She's handing out her business card. But I want you to get a feel of her. So, Marta, let me do that for you. Ven y habla en el micrófono. And let's give her a nice warm welcome for opening up a business here. That's what we call a BPECA welcome. I thought it was better than that, right? The BPECA welcome was much better than that, right? Let's give her a real BPECA welcome. That's right. And guess what? She will also be at whose block party? Woohoo!
the raffle tickets.
You know he's supposed to roll for that block party.
Buenas noches, Marta Peralta. I understand English, I am people speaking. Estoy ahí en el 2514 de Boston Road, a sus órdenes. Le traje un lavado gratis, manicura y una pedicura.
Okay, her business is in
2514.
2514, right across the street, Boston Road. It is a beautiful place.
Estamos a su orden.
We're there to serve you. And they're very happy to come into the community. ¿Y qué más? Dile mucho. Saca el Facebook. Yeah, people can say warmed up. Absolutely.
No, estamos ahí a su orden. Cuando quieran pueden pasar y tienen una amiga más.
Oh, you see, now you have another friend. You're welcome to the business, and we're gonna give out raffle tickets. So before the end of the night, the winners van a recibir
Este es un lavado gratis.
a free wash and set.
A los hombres un pedicure.
If it's a man, a pedicure or manicure.
O un manicure.
Or manicure. Okay? All right. So let's give a nice BPECA welcome.
Okay.
Can I have a question?
Una pregunta. Yes.
The time, what hours?
El horario.
El horario de 9 a 7 de la noche.
9 to 7 p.m.
Todos los días.
De 7
7 días.
de la tarde. Sí, todos los días.
7
every day.
7 días.
9 de la mañana, 9 o'clock in the morning,
De 9 a 7.
to 7 o'clock at night.
Domingo de 10 a 5 de la tarde.
Sunday from 10 to 5. And please, she does have a Facebook,
Marta Peralta, busquenme ahí.
Marta,
Peralta.
M-A-R-T-E,
Ajá, H.
Marta Peralta, MartaPeralta, and like her Facebook and listen to her Facebook shouts. She's a lot more excited than she displayed here. Okay? But we're going to give her support. Okay? Thank you. We're going to help her with all those rapid tickets. No te vayas todavía.
Yeah, we have a couple more speakers. Actually, one more. Angelina? Is she here or is she coming?
Angelina, no, but she didn't come.
She didn't come. Okay, no problem. All right, I guess our final speaker. It's very important. Yes, we're involved at the local level, but there's a lot of citywide organizations that do important work that need the support of the people who are here. They're on Facebook. They're on Instagram. They do events all around the city. They have meetings. One of those groups is Transportation Alternatives. They've been doing they've been doing very important work concerning pedestrian safety, access to our roads for bicycles and other alternative modes of transportation. So he's from the Transportation Alternatives Bronx Activist Committee. Please welcome Erwin Figueroa.
All right. Thanks, Rolf, for the invitation. As you all know, I was present at the press conference last year for the Ryan Avenue, Bronx Park East, your request for a stoplight. And one of the reasons I'm here today is we have a concerted effort to work in East Bronx this year. I'm here to hear the concerns. I've heard a lot of Boston Road concerns tonight. And we're here to help. We're here to work with you in terms of creating safer streets for people to walk, ride a bicycle, or more efficient public transit. The other reason I'm here today is that we have a campaign called Every School. This campaign is to expand the amount of speed safety cameras to cover the New York City schools. At the moment, there's only 140 cameras covering the school zones in New York City. There's over 2,000 schools in New York City, so that means there's 93% of the schools are not being covered by speed safety cameras. And unfortunately, our children are the most in danger of being hit by vehicles in New York City. Out of the 8 students that were killed last year in New York City, 4 of them were in the Bronx. So it's especially important in the Bronx to have these proven life-saving measures. We have a letter, you can think of it as a coalition letter, and an infographic that explains how the speed safety cameras work and how they benefit everyone. So the problem with the speed safety cameras right now, apart from the low number of speed safety cameras, is that they only work from 7 a.m. to 6 p.m. during the weekdays. So anything that happens outside of those hours, there's no speed safety cameras that are protecting the streets in front of the schools. There's also limited distance that they can be installed in New York City. It's only a quarter of a mile from the entrance to a school. As you all know, there's events in schools that go beyond 6 p.m. And those events are not being covered by the speed safety cameras. And this program is very fair, actually, to drivers. It's only a $50 fine, and it only gives the ticket if the driver is going above 10 miles per hour of the speed limit. So if it's a 20 mile per hour road, it will only activate if the driver is going 30 miles per hour or higher. And it is estimated if we expand the speed safety camera program to all schools in New York City, we'll be able to save around 100 lives each year and 1,400 injuries for students. So I'm here if you have any questions in terms of this campaign that we have. We would love to have the Bronx Park Peacekeeping Association join us in this coalition. We have over 250 organizations already on board, and they range from schools to hospitals, community organizations, elected officials such as Councilmember Richie Torres is on board as well. And we need all the support that we can get this year because, lives are at stake. And every day kids are trying to cross the street to go to school, and it shouldn't be something that they fear for their lives trying to cross the streets.
It says here, sign up for the petition for the safety cameras at every school. And it shows the website. If you're not online, could I sign? Is there a paper petition I can sign?
So I don't have a petition today, but I can bring that to the next meeting so you can sign up.
Okay.
Well, a couple of things. When you say safety camera, this is basically a speeding camera is what you're talking about.
Yes.
Right? So really there is no safety because a child can get hit by a car and all they're going to do is find the driver. So the term safety camera is an oxymoron. It really doesn't apply. So I'm not comfortable with that because it really would be better to have more safety crossing guards instead of, if you really want to protect, that would be a good campaign to do instead of having safety cameras. Also, I was in Albany about a year or so ago, and they had a bill come up, and that was voted down about these safety cameras because they, around schools specifically, because they deemed it to be just a money-making scheme. So they already voted that down in Albany. So how do you're going to have a petition to go what, to Albany, or who are you petitioning?
So when we're talking about speed safety cameras, what we mean by safety is speed safety cameras have been proven to lower the amount of speeding near schools. So how this is working in other areas in the nation has been that the speeding goes down and eventually there's not as much speeding through the streets near schools. So that's why it needs to be being protected. It decreases significantly the amount of speeding. Also, in terms of the money, so the money that is made is only a $50 ticket. It is much less than a ticket being given by a police officer.
And no points.
And no points are being taken
See,
by
that's
the
not good.
license.
You need points.
So, and also with these cameras, the money that is being generated
Goes where?
goes to a general fund, like every systems of this nature in the city. And our hope is that the speeding goes down significantly, where there's no income, there's no money being driven by the speed cameras because they've been so effective. The speed has gone down so much that the cameras are not needed anymore.
And who controls, what is this general fund? Where does the money go to? What does it go for?
So the general fund, the money is not allocated specifically to programs or source, and the reason why is what has happened is if money is being allocated to specific programs, what it might do is to have that money be the money that is originally allocated for like funds stipulated for budget to be taken back and being replaced by the speeding funds. So what that means is that there will be an incentive for people to keep speeding in order to get those funds for specific programs. If you keep it to a general fund, the goal is not to generate money. The goal is to create a culture where speeding is frowned upon and speeding is not a day-to-day thing in the Bronx streets.
Oh, okay, but you are going to generate money. So who controls that money and where does it go?
That money goes to is controlled by the city, by the mayor's office. It's a general fund. It's not allocated by a specific department, allocated for a specific elected official. Mm-hmm. It goes to different areas of wherever it is needed in the city.
Is this part of Division 0?
No.
So not...
Because, I, for example, I'm driving every day. And according to my understanding, school zones already have vehicles with cameras already.
Not all. No,
not all.
No.
But it's something that's already in existence.
What the cameras? Vehicles?
Yeah, they have vehicles. They usually have a cone right up top. Specifically, I can tell you specifically the one by St. Raymond's Church by Castle Hill. There's right there. You can always see it because we go down with the buses down that street, so we already know pretty much like where they are in certain streets. So I don't understand, how is this new, how is this?
So at the moment, there's only 140 cameras being allocated to New York City that cover the entire city. I'm talking all 5 boroughs.
Right.
There's over 2,000 schools in New York City. So it's only around 7% of schools that have speed cameras nearby. And this is not a Vision Zero initiative in the
Right.
sense that the speed cameras are actually allocated by the state government. So the New York City elected officials, local elected officials, don't really have a say of how many speed safety cameras can be installed or where they can be installed. It's more interesting.
So just to quickly explain it, New York City, in a way, to use a better term, is enslaved to New York State. There's a lot of things we just can't do without the approval of people in Buffalo, Rochester, Syracuse, who care nothing about New York City, my opinion.
No, it's true. That's true.
So speed safety cameras, like income tax, if we want to raise income tax in New York City, we need the state's approval. If we want to put more speed cameras in our street, we need the state's approval. So this is a campaign. This really isn't a city campaign.
To the
In
state.
the sense that only the city government's involved. This is a city campaign to advocate the state to let us put more speed cameras in front of schools. Explain it.
So us meaning a private contract company?
Right. Who's going to pay for the cameras?
So the money for the cameras is a flat fee being allocated to whoever they contracted, the company.
But who's paying the contractor? In other words, is it going to come from Albany? Because they, like I said, they already killed the bill. That was already voted down because they had this bill up. So who's going to pay them? I mean, if you tell Albany you don't have to pay for it, we're going to pay for it, they'll probably say, sure, go ahead, because it's not coming out of our pocket. But whose pocket does it come out of? Who's going to pay the contractors? Who's going to pay for the cameras? Who's going to pay to monitor them? But
Who pays the roads? Contractors for the city or the city?
it's a different issue, though, Raphael. That's different.
So the reason why we're for these speed safety cameras is it's proven to be effective. It has reduced the amount of speeding in the streets that have been allocated in New York City. Like I said, we have over 250 coalition partners. We have the American Heart Association in the Bronx. We have Bronx Works, Bronx Health Reach. And this is something that it will also cover the entire, all of the time in New York City. What I mean is, like, right now, it's only for the time from 7 p.m. to 6 p.m. Meanwhile, most crashes in New York City happen during the night. And people are walking, there's a late event in a school, there's a play, there's a PTA meeting that happens beyond 6 p.m., beyond 7 p.m. And God forbid there's a crash that happens there, it's a speeding, it's not being enforced. And we need to create a culture where speeding is frowned upon. And the best way to do this is with the technology for speed safety cameras. And in terms of the school officers, unfortunately, they only work at certain times, and beyond those times, there's no school safety agents.
But you didn't say who's going to pay for it. You didn't answer the question.
I'm sorry?
You got to turn, Francis.
Do you have a particular intersection, particular crossing?
But that's something that's a driver issue.
What street?
What
No,
street?
it's not. No, Dios
Any
mío,
street.
people.
That's what I'm asking.
But that's a driver issue. If somebody doesn't yield the right of way,
Just a
Francis.
general statement. Do we have any other
You know.
questions? Norma?
Where can we learn more about this?
So on the back of the flyer with an infographic has a website called everyschool.nyc. You can sign a petition there. If you are part of a school or organization, and you want to have that organization being part of the coalition, you can also sign the coalition letter there. I also have copies of the coalition letter on the table if you guys want to see it and have more details. Another thing that I wanted to announce is that we have a petition hub on our website. If you have any idea, any campaign, any petition that you want to have about any local street in your community, you can host a petition on our website. We'll promote it. and it will go directly either to elected officials, the community boards, the agencies that you want to target.
But
So the address is campaigns.transall.org. If you want to know more about our work in the Bronx, you can go to transall.org/Bronx. And that will give you links to not only the website, but also the Facebook. Facebook is facebook.com/TA Bronx Committee.
If you want to, I know some of you are on Instagram. You want to just go to your Instagram app, type in Transportation Alternatives. They have an Instagram page. You can also go to Facebook, search Transportation Alternatives, and their profile picture will be this orange T. And click like, and if you're really interested, hold like, or you could ask me, and click see first, which means every time you log on to Facebook, whenever they post, you're pretty much guaranteed to see what they're posting.
click what?
See first. That's hard to say. I would have to say how to do it. But Transportation Alternatives, just search it. It's simple.
And you have a
Is it a nonprofit organization?
Yeah, there is a nonprofit organization,
What's the name?
Transportation
I'm
Alternatives.
sorry?
Transportation Alternatives. We're mostly volunteer-based. Most of our work in the Bronx is headed by volunteers. And there's people like all of you that care about street safety in their communities in the Bronx overall. If you have any questions, I'll stay here. I'll take to the end, so please come by, ask me any questions. If you want to have more info, I can definitely be more than willing to answer any questions.
Thank you, everyone. Just give them a hand. Angelina, you want to just speak briefly about the program?
Sure.
We're going to do the raffle in another 5 minutes. I have a question. Is everyone okay being in a group picture once we end the meeting? If you do not want to be in the group picture, just be on that side. The picture will be taken that way. I've not taken any pictures, so don't worry. Angelina?
Hi everyone. So I am a mother and a grandmother of a child that has a learning disability and is on the spectrum. And I'm always looking for services. And unfortunately, I don't think that we've had enough services within our community.
Right.
So lo and behold, I went to Bronx House. And there is a service coordinator there by the name of Noelia Fernandez, which I invited today, and I'm hoping that she'll come in the near future to provide us with a presentation. And they're starting a lot of wonderful programs there. They have a Sunday fun day where the children, they're giving dancing and art programs, and the parents can interact. They're also planning a day camp for the summer for 5 to 6 weeks. And they're going to have another Sunday fun day coming in the spring. And there's other activities that they're formulating now. The program is fairly new. She told me, I met with her last night, it's about 2 years. For those children that have Medicaid and have a service coordinator, if the parent pays, they'll get total reimbursement for a lot of services that they're providing. So I'm sure many of you may know that in the United States alone, we have between 500 to 1 million children diagnosed with autism between the ages of 16 and 17. And I was trying to do a search just to know, because I'm curious, how many children do we have within our own area? And we don't have enough services. So I wanted to share this information, first of all, because I'm a concerned mom and grandma, and secondly, I'm a social worker, and I'm always looking for resources and to share with people in the community. I'm hoping to invite Noelia, and if anyone's interested in knowing any additional information, I'm planning to start a support group with her at Bronx House. So come on by and say hi.
Quick question.
And,
Yeah. This is just for autistic, or is this, for example, children that have IEPs that are not
No, children with
autistic?
IEPs, I don't know, that's why I wanted her to come, because she's the parent coordinator for children with special needs. So within special needs, there's all different diagnoses, right? But she started this particular group, it's called Sunday Fun Day, and it's for children who are on the spectrum. So
Okay.
I'm sure that they work with children with all kind of different diagnoses.
Okay, yeah, I need more information.
When these children go on to college, a lot, even the SUNY, the CUNY SUNY colleges, there are a lot of services that they do not provide, like extra tutoring that may be needed for students with disabilities. Some of the colleges, they'll offer tutoring for like the first 2 years. But once you get to be like sophomore and senior, there are no services.
True.
None.
That's
Well,
true. The older they
No
get,
help.
the less they get.
And this is something that I think, especially in the CUNY and SUNY schools, they need to have provided.
You know, in
Especially
the
for students
school,
with
in
disabilities.
the colleges, they have services for individuals with disabilities. Each college, whether it be SUNY or CUNY, they do. I know because I was a recipient of one. Okay, I'm partially blind, and I went and I got plenty of services. Now, I'm sure that they accommodate and they give you accommodations for exams, for whatever it may be, your challenge may be. Now, there's also additional services for, I'm sorry?
Maybe they're not advertising
There
it.
is not much being offered. But like my son has a disability. He's dyslexic and he has dyspraxia. And he got a lot of tutoring, wonderful tutoring at the Borough of Manhattan College. But when he graduated and went on to try to get into a 4-year, there's like no tutoring for computer science class, math classes at the higher level. We went to Brooklyn College. There's almost no tutoring in any of the CUNY schools for the upper grades. And he wants to go back to school, but he's afraid of
I
the
suggest,
services not asking.
I suggest if your son's going to register for higher education, for you to meet with the counselor at the school of choice. I went to Columbia and I had my services. I went to City University, Lehman College, all these schools. They do have a service coordinator for people with disabilities, and I'm sure he could be provided the additional services. There's also a service for people, OPWDD. Are you familiar with that?
No.
Okay, so OPWDD, and I'm not quite sure the services they provide for young adults, but I'm almost sure. If you have Medicaid, as the child goes on to higher grades, they provide additional services. I suggest that you go and contact them. You have to start by going to a seminar called The Front Door. Each borough has it, and that's kind of like the open door. After you do that, you provide them with the evaluation, the psychological, the medical, and so on, and then they give you something called a service coordinator. And that service coordinator is supposed to coordinate all the services that an individual needs in order to be successful. Whether it be educationally, within the community, they provide all the services for the person to be as independent as possible.
Thank you, Angelina. Alright, before we end the meeting and do the raffle, I just wanted to make sure everyone got a meeting agenda. It is on the table. Kathleen, raise your hand. Right by Kathleen in front of her. There's a bunch of stuff that's going on this month. Grace, one second. Tomorrow, for guys, one meeting. We're not done yet, please. Hello? Grace. There's a bunch of stuff going on next month. Thank you. If you look on the bottom half of the sheet, just to shout out a couple. I try to vary what's on here. If anyone interested in Bronx-based bands, Baychester Blues is a really good band. They're based in Culver City. They're going to be performing in Pelham Bay this Friday at Jimmy Ryan's. Probably some of us know Jimmy Ryan's. It's on Middletown Road. The Police Precinct Council is next Tuesday at Morris Park Community Association, Bronxdale Avenue. The Clergy Council is doing a fundraiser. Grace, do you have any info about that?
No.
Nothing. No. Where is it? Where is it?
Well,
Are you doing it?
that's changed. No,
Changed?
yeah. So.
All right, so disregard that one.
Yeah.
If you want to come to my open mic, it's next Friday. Anyhow, Keith Walton, who spoke last month, he's having his court hearing. I believe it's a trial date on Tuesday, February 7th. 9 a.m. Meetup location, just give me a call. We'll be going as a group. Our next meeting here will be February 22nd, the last Wednesday of every month we meet. So even if you don't see flyers, even if you didn't hear from me via text, Facebook, or Instagram, last Wednesday of every month. Next one's February 22nd. Also, Saturday, February 25th is the annual Bronx Parks Speak Up. If you're interested in advocating for parks, for more park funding, more employees in our parks to keep our parks clean and well maintained, please come. There'll be a lot of exhibits, a lot of workshops. Milka Martell will be there. She's Queen of the Bronx. And please keep in touch before then. Any other questions before we do the raffle? Kathleen,
Yes.
Tennant.
Well,
Yes.
I was not here last month to participate in the coach
Yes.
drive. So I brought a code to donate to somebody from our community. And since Jean is looking for coats to give to
That's well,
we
okay,
have
maybe.
prisoners, I thought that the Bronx Parkese Community Association donate a nice coat for a prisoner that lives in our community. Needs coats.
Thank you, Kathleen. All right, do we have any other questions or concerns before we do the raffle? Anything? All right, Norma, let's do the raffle.